This is a quick tutorial on airbrush makeup. I'm prepping my face with Airbrush moisturizer. Use quick, small, circular motions to cover the entire face. Continuously move the airbrush to avoid any patches or streaks. I'm using airbrush makeup to apply foundation to only half of my face for you to see the difference. You only usually need about 3 to 5 drops for coverage because airbrush makeup applies more evenly and is more highly pigmented. This particular brand is light for me because I haven't found the right shade no matter how much I try to color correct it, so I need more drops for coverage. Continuously move the airbrush in small, even circles quickly around your face to cover your entire face. Do not stay in the same place or move in a lateral or vertical motion because you will get patches and streaks, and you want to avoid that with airbrush makeup. One thing to note is that airbrush makeup with a water-based foundation will move. That means if you try to use hand-applied brushing methods after you've laid your foundation with the airbrush, it will move. And that powder, the bristles on the brush, will move the airbrush makeup foundation around. So you want to make sure that the brand that you're using also has blush and other shades that you can use as eyeshadow, blush, highlight, and contour so that you're not moving with a bristled brush. This is how I apply contour to my face with airbrush makeup. Only 2 drops are needed for most brands. With full face coverage, including foundation, contour, and highlight, you want to hold the airbrush about 6 inches away from the face. If you hold the airbrush more than 6 inches from your face, you may have splotches. If you hold it too close to the face, you may have little patches. Typically, I underpaint before I apply airbrush foundation. However, you can do it whichever way you'd like. For this demonstration, I did not underpaint because I wanted you to see the method of how to use the airbrush. The most important things are keep the airbrush circulating in small circular motions. Keep the airbrush about 6 inches away from your face. Do not move vertically or horizontally. Airbrush makeup foundation usually only requires about 5 to 10 drops depending on the brand that you use because the formulation and coverage is different. I'm also going to cover the other half of my face if you saw the other video where I used a different brand. Use continuous small circular motions and keep the airbrush approximately 6 inches from the face to avoid any splats, splotters, and splatches. Do not move the airbrush horizontally or vertically unless you're specifically trying to achieve a horizontal or vertical line. This video is in real time and you can see how quickly I've achieved a full coverage look. Typically, I underpaint with cream products such as highlight, contour, and blush. You can't use a brush with bristles over a water-based foundation formulation because it will move the makeup and you'll have to reapply and start again. This is real time. Would you try this method? I'm applying airbrush foundation to my full face. It only takes about 3 to 5 drops of this particular brand to cover the entire face. Keep the airbrush moving continuously in small circular motions, no further than about 6 inches away from your face, and catch all of the parts of your face that you need to catch with the foundation color. This is real time. The video is not sped up, and as you can see, it took about 35 seconds, including adding the airbrush color to the airbrush itself. It took 2 drops of a lighter foundation shade to go in as highlight. The same rules of applying foundation and contour apply, except that for smaller areas, when you go in with the brush, you can go in as close as maybe 1 inch to 3 inches. This is real time. The video is not sped up, and you can see it's very easy and quick to apply contour, foundation, and highlight with an airbrush. This is a matte water-based foundation, so it's not going to move even when I sweat. Airbrush eyeshadow in real time using just one drop to provide coverage for both lids. I only wanted the shimmery color in the inner corners, but it was impossible to put only half a drop, so I just used the entire drop for both eyes. The same rules of applying foundation and contour apply, except you're going to go in a little bit closer because you're going to get more of a spot coverage. Same as with this color for the outer corner and the crease. I used one drop for both lids for coverage, and it was still more than enough than I needed. If you know a trick to only get half a drop into the airbrush, let me know. I'm always learning new things. Like, comment, and follow to tell me what else you'd like to see and learn as far as airbrush makeup. I'm available in Orlando, Florida. You need to hold the brush really close to effectuate a thin line. I wanted to smoke this out, so I wasn't close enough. It took one drop to do both smoky lids. If there's still excess in the brush, you can either dump it, clean it out, or since I have black brows, I could have used it to go in over my brows. But this tutorial, I just wanted to get the basics in for you to see how easy it is to apply airbrush makeup, including eyeshadow and eyeliner. But this is a smoky look. Keep the lids shut mostly so that the airbrush makeup has time to dry and it doesn't get all over the place and leave creases and messes. I used one drop of the blush color to cover both cheeks. Same rules apply with a foundation, holding the brush about 6 inches from the face, covering your cheeks so that you don't get splatters and you're not spot covering. I'm now using a shimmery highlighter color. This is still real-time application. The video is not sped up in any way. Like, comment, and follow, and let me know what you'd like to see as far as learning airbrush makeup. I'm available in Orlando for private lessons. You can also airbrush your lipstick, brows, and mascara, but I'm not doing that for this demonstration, so you can finish with that. And for right now, this is the finalized airbrush look, minus the brows, lipstick, and mascara. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe.